Hi 501. I'm going to go over the assignment sheet with you guys so that you have some clarity on what you're supposed to do this week. We're taking a step back from iExcel. I think you only have one iExcel lesson this week and do something a little bit different. So this video that you're watching right now, it's in the 501 how-to videos, but if you're watching it, you probably already found it. So this is where it's going to stay. So if you have any questions, you can come back to this page. We're going to look at the list together. First of all, the 30 to 45 minutes of reading 3 times a week, that hasn't changed. I hope that you guys are reading. I was really happy to get your guys' tower summaries this week. So if you forgot to have your parent turn those in, please make sure that you get those to me. The next thing would be the wax museum. I know that when we were on the Zoom call that I said that that was an optional activity, but I changed my mind a little bit, and that's okay. I do want everybody to participate in some way. So you guys are going to do the research this week, and you're going to do another activity with us next week. The thing that's going to be optional is the outfit. So if it becomes Wax Museum Day and you decide that you don't want to create an outfit for your person, and that's okay. You can just share maybe who you learned about and what was one interesting fact that you learned, or a couple of interesting facts. But I would like to have most of us participate. It would be a lot of fun. So that is the Wax Museum, and if you haven't seen it yet, this is the worksheet that you're going to be filling out this week. So you are answering these questions. When were they born? Where did they grow up? What kind of education did they have? That means, like, what was their schooling like? Did they go to high school? Did they go to college? Did they go to more than 1 year of college? Did they go to many years of college? Did they not go to school at all? So tell us about that. Were they married? Did they have kids? Who were their kids? Sometimes there are a lot of famous people, they have famous kids as well. Now, if you can't find some of these answers, then that's okay. Sometimes these answers can't be found, or we don't know. So just make sure that you check a few resources before you give up. Famous quote: what makes this person a part of history? So what makes them famous? Why do we still talk about them today? And then these events are all important events in the person's life that made a difference. For example, I wrote my nonfiction narrative this year about Elvis winning his talent show. And that may not seem like a big event, but it was a really big event in his life because that gave him confidence and made him want to be a musician. That moment really helped him to understand how much he loved music and that he wanted to do that for the rest of his life. And so that would be considered a big event. Abraham Lincoln, when the Civil War ended, or when he read the Emancipation Proclamation, those are big events in his life. They're events that we still talk about today. So try to learn about their life and think about what were some big events that made them who they were. And then where are they now? Did they pass away? If so, when did they pass away? If not, are they still living? What are they doing? So this is what you're doing this week. And this column, so you're writing your answers here. This column is where you got your facts. It should be a credible source. You can use online resources. If you have encyclopedias at home, that's great. If you have books at home, that's great. But you should be making sure that your resources are credible. Also, please, if you use the internet, please do not write KidRex, Kidtopia, Google. Don't write those in this column. That is not a resource. That is called a search engine. This right here, what I just clicked on, this is a website. And remember, if you want to, you can just write the first part, that like this would be yammer.com, wani.org. You can shorten it a little bit, but you need to make sure you're writing those down in this column. Not Google, not KidRex. Those are called search engines. So that's the first thing. The second thing is a Newsela article, which we've done before, so that shouldn't be new. So you're reading this one about the herd of goats taking over a resort in Britain. I posted a video in the reading section as well that goes along with it. You're reading this and hopefully practicing snotting and then you're answering the questions go with it. After that, we've got the end of the year math assessment. We have not been in our books in a long time. And so we're going to get back to it. We only have about 2 more weeks of assignments. And so we're going to do this. This is the end of the year assessment. This is what I would be giving you in May to see what I would need to teach you or reteach you. So we're going to do this. Your parents are going to turn it in to me. I'm going to grade it, and that will help me to know what we need to go over next week for our last couple of assignments. And so this is what you're doing for math. Remember, set little goals for yourself. Don't try to get it all done in one time. There's about 30 questions, so do 10 each day. Or maybe if you want to do 15 one day and 15 another day. We did that before in class. But make sure that you try your hardest. Try to think back to this year. I know it's hard with everything that's going on. And really just think about it. And if you need help, I'm on Yammer with you guys. Like, I'll answer your questions. If you need like in-person instruction, like ask your parents to email me and tell me that you need to get on Zoom, and I'll get on Zoom with you and I can share my screen and we can walk through it together. But don't give up. Don't get frustrated and get mad at your parents. Like, make sure that you just do your best, okay? Most of this stuff should look pretty familiar, and some of you might have to go over it again, and that's okay. That's why we're doing this. And then the last thing is One Eye Excel. It's about verb tenses, and there's a little Schoolhouse Rock video for you to watch. But if you have any questions about that, let me know. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that usually I'm on Zoom on Tuesdays and Thursdays for if people have questions, and then at 1:30 we play like a game or something like that. This week I'm going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday from 1 to 2. And if you don't have any questions but you still want to pop on and say hi and play a game, make sure you wait until 1:30 so that I can make sure I get everybody's questions. Other than that, that's pretty much all that you're doing this week. I hope that you guys put first things first and you accomplish this, and I know you can. I believe in you guys. All right. Miss ya.